Shavua Tov, everybody. It should be a good week and a good year, that's all. Okay.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Okay. We're on Pei Hey Omid Beis.
Can we mute
Amid Aleph, no?
the background here?
Pei Hey Omid Aleph. Yes, I'm sorry. Pei Hey Omid Aleph. Uminolan the Hakim Lul Rabbanon the Chamsha B'Shita Milsahi.
Excuse me, Ernie. Ernie.
Yes.
You finished at the Mishnah. You didn't start the Gemara. You only
Yeah,
did
we
the
did this piece. Okay, my mashma. We said Amrav Yudah Ki Che'eretz Totzi Tzimcha Totzi Chad, because the Mishnah said you can plant 5 types of seeds within a square of 6 by 6 tfachim, and in that mechanism, they each, even the middle seed that you plant, because you plant 4 rows on each side and 1 in the middle, so there's 3 tfachim away from each other, so they're not yonik, because it shouldn't appear that they're mixing. And we said 5 because totzi chad simcha chad are a tray, zerua is multiple tray arba tatzmiach chad hachamsha. V'kiyum rabbanon chamisha deshim shelo yanki be'adadi. And the chacham understood that as long as they're 5 within a box of 6 by 6, they won't be yonik from each other. And from where do we know that? How did the Chachamim know this? Don't go beyond the gvul, and these gvulim were already established by earlier people. Gvul shegavlu rishonim lo tasik. Now, my gavlu rishonim. Who are these people? Amar Shmuel bar Nachman Rav Yechon. My deceive Elav Nei Seir Hachori Yoshvei Aretz. These were children from Seir, from Esav. They were called the Chori, and they lived in the land. So the Gemara says, "Atu kula amu Yoshvei Rakiyanin." What do you mean? Other people live in the sky? Why were these people called that they live on the land? They were expert farmers. This dirt is good to grow olives. This dirt is good to grow grapes. This plot of land is good for figs. How did they know it? Because they would smell the ground. And through smelling the different minerals, the different things in the ground, they would decide what can grow there. The chivi. They were also called chivi. Amrav Papa. Shayutomim asa'aretz kechivya. A chivya is a snake, so they would actually taste the dirt, and that would help them decide what to plant there. Ravacha bar Yaakov Amar Chayrish Nasu Bnei Chor Menichseihem. Eventually, the Bnei Esav kicked them out of there, and they became Bnei Chorin of their assets. Amravasi Aruga Tocha Shisha Chutz Migvuleha. That which we say you can plant 5 species in a plot 6 by 6 tfachim, you cannot include the walkway that you walk around this patch as part of the 6 by 6. That means the walkway has to be beyond the 6 by 6. It's got to be mamish the dirt 6 by 6. Tayamahachi aruga tocha shisha. Gvulei b'chama. How much space can you have between the patches on the border? It's the width of your foot, which is a tefach. So each one of the patches have to be a tefach away from the other. You irrigate with your foot the vegetable gan. Ma regel tefach av gvul nami tefach. So Amarav aruga b'chur b'shanin. That which our Mishnah says, that if you have an aruga, which is this patch, 6 by 6 tefachim patch, that you can plant 5 species, you have to plant them where nothing else is, like in a ruin, where there are no other patches. Because if you plant them next to another patch, and we just said there's only a span of a tefach in between the two patches, then it's going to be within 3 tefachim of seeds from one patch to seeds of another patch. So that's why Rav says it has to be planted where there's nothing else. Ask the Morvaikamakam Kronois. But you could, if you planted the seeds in such a way, look at the picture in the Gemara in Rashi. If you plant, not necessarily, you put one row going one way and the other row like going south, the other one going west, you could avoid that problem. So why does it have to be in a churba? Because we're talking, if you fill up the corners, then you can't do it this way. I don't fill up the corners. So so we don't allow it, because if you allow them to do anything, there's a problem that you'll fill up all the corners and you'll end up being within too close to the other patch. So the Gemara says, "Hey, Ela Rosh Tor Yarak." Why not have one row and Milot Tnan Haya Rosh Tor Yarak Nichnas Latoch Sada Acher? If, for example, you are planting a row of vegetables and these vegetables grow into another field, mutter. Mibnei Shenira Sof Sadeh. So, since this whole problem is, part of it is an appearance, that if you look at it, you want to make sure that there's no intermixing. Well, here it's clear when one row goes into another field that this is one type of thing, this is another type of thing. So we know that it's not a problem of serious mixing, because you can identify each one comes from its own field. So how come we don't do it in the patch? So Ein Rosh Tor Baruga, because it's not one row of vegetables sticking in, it's multiple sides of the square. It's not one row. And therefore it would be hard to say that it's not intermingling, and it's going to be difficult to understand that there's no mingling. So that's the way Rav learns. However, Shmuel Amar Aruga ben Aruga Shaninu. You don't have to plant this box of vegetables in a chor, but you could plant it even with other patches. Freight the Gemara, what about the problem we have? So you plant them in different directions. He doesn't have that problem of the gzeira of Yomale Sakronis. You plant them in the corners, so one goes that way and one goes the other way, like we have the picture on Rashi, and he's not worried about the gzeira of Yomale Sakronis. Amar Ula, Bo b'marava. They asked the following question here to Israel. Ifkia telamechad opnei kulamau. If they create a furrow if they plant a furrow between the patches, is that enough of a separation? No, it's going to be a problem because the plantings will grow in that direction, and the mixing will again erase the fact that you had a line there. But Ravashi, it's a good separation. Ravashi, I understand. If a person planted 2 rows of melons, 2 rows of gourd like zucchini, or 2 rows of beans, mutter. But so if you have 2 shuros, which is one separating, it will serve as a good separation. So says from there's no raya. There's a lot of leaves that mix in because they're very long leaves. In this case, but by melons and gourds, but by other yerokos, a lot of leaves, a big furrow in between will be enough to separate between the patches. Okay. Amrav Gadam Rav Yochanan. So what's the technique of filling up your whole backyard with vegetables? Also aruga shisha al shisha. You make a box 6 by 6, the oigel bo chamisha, and you inscribe a circle into that box with a diameter of 5 tefachim. You left with corners. So the one species of vegetable is planted in a circle, and the corners are filled with the other ones. What about the various next? You can't fill up the whole garden because then you're going to have between the corners that you're filling up with different vegetables right next door. You're going to have an earbuv. You can have a mixture with other vegetables. You leave some separation between the patches, and you don't put seeds there. There's another way to recognize, and therefore there won't be a problem. So when you plant in the corners, you plant one way horizontally, and next to it you plant them longitudinally. That's chassis or eretz or in session. So therefore, when you look at it, you're going to see clearly that there's not an earbuv, there's not a mixture between the 2 vegetables. So Ravina asked a question to Ravashi.
Okay, I found this on the web for another Vashi.
Avodas yark b'yark acher. How much space do you need between vegetable and vegetable? Shisha tefachim. You need a separate, before you plant another species, you need 6 tefachim. V'ro in osan ketavla meruvos. And that's when you plant it square. So ketavla hudeshari, where we said you are allowed, if you have a square, to plant 5 different seeds in it. Halavach yasurin, which seems to imply that this mechanism of drawing a circle and planting within the circle is not permitted. So hasam la kulibok kulachrina. That was for a different kula. Lahate rosh Torah yotzei mena. When we described the fact that you could plant one long row of vegetables that go into another field, that we said you're allowed to do that, because then it's clear that one is one field, one is another field. So, but to do it in the circular method would also be okay. Period. Mishnah. Who are you talking to? Minayin lefoleta shechva zera. Bayom hashlishi shetehei tmei.